Hello everyone, Luke here, and
Nintendo. That's all I ever talk about here. Soon I'll try and talk about other stuff like movies and stuff I really want to talk about, but there's no doubt that Nintendo is one of the most influential most influential companies in general. This company has brought lots of memories to me and of course probably you. I don't know, you probably know who Nintendo is. I'm looking at you, Jack from Oklahoma. That's right, you played Mario Kart Wii when you were younger, or maybe New Super Mario Bros. DS, or the original Mario Brothers on the NES. Point being is that everyone knows or at least heard of Nintendo for their quality games and really strict copyright policies.
however, there was a time where when people thought of Nintendo, they thought of However, there was a time where when people heard Nintendo, they thought of a card company. So what happened? Why did Nintendo decide to go to video games, and why did they start in the first place? Now, that'll all be answered soon, but first, just take a guess in the comments when you think Nintendo started. Maybe the 1960s, maybe the 1920, no, 1889.
Okay, so the company was founded in Koto, Japan by, forgive me if I mispronounce this, Fujihiro Yamauchi, which back then was called Nintendo Kopai.
And as I said before, it was a card company. Nintendo Kopai produced Hanafuno cards, such a fun word to say, which was a traditional Japanese card game.
And from a quick Google, these cards just look beautiful. Notice the lack of a number. This was because gambling at the time was banned in Japan. And with playing cards having some semblance to gambling, the workaround was that each card had a number associated with it. Yamauchi handmade each deck, including just the breathtaking art.
The cards became so popular that he was eventually forced to have them be mass produced, and they even became the biggest card company in Japan in the 1920s.
In 1929, Fujihiro Yamauchi retired, passing the company down to his son-in-law, Sekiro Yamauchi, which he carried the company up until 1945, where Sekiro Yamauchi suffered a stroke.
So, the leader of the company was passed down to his grandson, Hiroshi Yamauchi.
This is a picture of him here, and fun fact, Hiroshi actually dropped out of college to carry on the family business, which I thought was pretty cool.
No, it was 1951. Technology was getting more advanced, and Hiroshi knew that he also needed to change to stay relevant. So he changed the name of the company to Nintendo Playing Card Co. So, in the late to mid 50s, Hiroshi visited the largest card company in America to get inspiration. And it turns out that making plastic coated cards was much better than making paper cards, so that's what the company swapped to.
And heck, even in 1959, Nintendo got a deal with Disney to sell their cards in their stores, housing sales never seen before.
However, this was kind of a turning point for the company. Hiroshi tried so many new products during this time. Now, the cards were obviously still the biggest profit for the company, but they were working on different things, like a taxi service and even love hotels in the 1960s, as well as some toys, which are actually worth a lot of money nowadays.
Some of my favorite toys they made were home bowling, rabbit coaster, and a weird claw thingy. In 1970, one toy would change the company forever, the beam gun, as it's called here in the States. Imagine like a precursor to the NES Zapper design. The success in the toy led Nintendo to focus way more into electronic games. One of these was the color game TV6, an awesome name. This marked Nintendo's first home game system.
It had one game on it, which was basically just a ripoff of Pong. The system sold over a million units, which back then was good enough to get a sequel, TV Game 15. Now, at this point, arcades were pretty popular, and with the success of the TV game consoles,
Nintendo knew that this was a genre of entertainment to invest in, so in 1981, the first Donkey Kong machine was put into the arcade, and it was a hit. Nintendo made a few other games and ported them over to other home console systems like the Odyssey, but soon they decided that they were going to make their own system, and well, the rest is history.
honestly, going through this history is awesome. It shows that change can be a good thing sometimes. How, if Nintendo would have just stayed as a playing card company, they probably wouldn't have seen the success they have today. Thanks for watching.